and welcome to finally our very first episode here on Brew Banter. I'm your boy, Mopar SRT. He is.
John, and it's finally time.
It's finally time.
Finally,
Brew
finally,
Banter, baby. That's what we're here for. Um, we're finally ready to have this
finally.
conversation. You guys have seen it multiple times. Our attempts to get this thing done. But we're finally here, and for our very first episode, we are totally ready to talk about the real Max adventure.
Finally.
Finally. Um, so please excuse us.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming. Had a lot of stuff going on in the background, but nevertheless, here we are. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. It's basically our Super Bowl, bro. Um,
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I want to get us some shirts that have finally right on them.
we
And
yeah, no shit.
we need finally shirts.
Yes. Um, it's taken a long time. I'm wearing some goofy ass shit. My Jack Skellington.
Looking like wearing the
So
earmuffs. Look at
yeah,
you. Look at
yeah, I know. Well, it's fucking cold here in
you cold.
Pennsylvania, so
Blue.
and yeah,
You're blue.
yeah,
Arctic.
I'm blue. I'm going with the cold holiday effect.
Just chilling.
But
Literally.
yeah, that's basically what it is. Um, so let's go ahead and talk about this, man. We got the Real Max Adventure coming up here in January. Um, I'm just pulling up the document that goes, through each and every movie that we are about to go through, and
Well, this one's a long time coming. For sure, because
yes,
we've done this quite a few times, and we've never had a surplus of material like we do now. So we've
no,
had a
you're
lot of
right.
banter.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of banter in general, just in the content and how we got to the content we have for our presentations. I mean, it's a yearly discussion to get to these presentations that we've decided on.
Yes. Oh, DJ chimes in. He says, "Hey, Josh, Mr. Midnight, how you doing?
Sweet, how you doing,
You
DJ?
know, and thank you for tuning in. I
Sweet,
greatly appreciate it.
sweet.
We greatly appreciate it, actually. Um,
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
just so folks know, here's the actual list. And I will share it with you guys um, at a later date. Do check us out on the Discord. I know DJ's on the Discord. Um, but let's go ahead and talk about it, man. So my arrival day is I leave here at about 2 a.m. and I should get there at about 10 a.m. or so of sorts. And what we're putting about maybe an hour or two before we finally get started around between 12 and 1. And this is
Yeah,
all varying, you know, me
j-
getting settled in and then some. But
yeah, getting in the zone, literally.
yes,
You
you
have
got
to
to
get
get in the right
prepared for this.
mindset. Yeah, this is
Yes.
not something, as you can
You,
see in his background. He's actually sitting in the real Max. That is the studio. That is the room. That is the
backstage.
environment. Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
the backstage right
backstage.
now.
Yeah. The
Um,
action goes up front, but yeah, this is all
yes,
backstage.
and you guys will see that here not only on the Draft House Racing channel. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it here on DHR, but the Brewhouse, or I'm sorry, Bulb Life Entertainment channel, into which I will share at a later date down in the description below. But what you are seeing is the backstage of how and what makes that room so special, and that's only
It
bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's unique for sure, man, for sure. We don't spend this kind of time and resources to have a couch with a remote in our hand looking at a big screen TV. It's
Exactly. Exactly.
way more than that. It's it's not even remotely close.
No.
I mean, this is not even a movie theater. It's beyond that. This is
It's like that
a
40
source.
XXX that
Dude, 40X doesn't even.
yeah, touch that
It's
room.
gimmicky.
Doesn't
It's
even.
gimmicky.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
No.
gimmicky. You move because of the pressure in the room,
Exactly.
and it, as intended to be. I mean, if you were to be near an explosion, do you want to do you want like these actuator hydraulics to move you, or do you want the pressure of that explosion to move you? That's what this does. It's
That kind of thing.
it is a accurate source reproduction environment.
There you go. That's it
It,
right there. And we will
so
just uh,
yes,
we'll give you a description of exactly what that means. Like, and it's always comes down to one scene. But let's go. Look, we've been bantering on about this. Just the environment alone and how it reproduces exactly what we're aiming for, and basically the motivation of what the Real Max adventure is, and the Real Max cinematic adventure, if you will.
if going to the movies was a sport, this is it,
This is it. This is a
hands down.
damn nail on head. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Um,
it is for sure because
if
it can be enduring and it's testing.
absolutely, absolutely, um, and we're starting it with Tron Legacy, which is a Disney film.
A
How it's
a
a Disney film is beyond me,
oh, it's a
because
fluke. It's a fluke.
it is it's yeah, yeah, it's a fluke.
Look,
All
Disney
that
cannot.
production, John Krasinski, and we've got two of his films, Tron, and we'll talk about that when we get to day one. But
Yes, that's correct. I tell you what, man, Disney can knock it out science fiction wise when they want to. There's a movie they did back in the late '70s called Black Hole. If you haven't watched it, man, check it out. For real.
I'll check it out.
For
Um,
real.
if our viewers check it out, that would be fantastic. But Tron Legacy, man, is like one of those perfect sequels to a movie that no one said a prequel could happen. Much like, again, the same man brought a sequel to us from one of those '80s movies, um, and we're gonna see how well he did. And the dude knows his shit.
He
The
does.
dude knows his
He
shit.
does.
He knows how to shoot a movie, and production wise, the people that are behind him seem to understand exactly what the hell he's aiming for. So,
Yeah, he's got a good team. He's got a good team for sure.
absolutely. And
You know, and also as part of what we're doing, we're seeing how well all these because movie making is very compartmental, and we can definitely see how a good production is when they all come together.
mm-hmm,
When they all really have a teamwork, and they
mm-hmm.
all want to have the same quality put into this production. You can tell.
When people care, they care, man. Like,
That's correct.
you give a shit. You have to have a passion for what you're doing, and
That's correct.
much like us, this is this Brewhouse Banter has been a passion project for God knows how long. So, but going from Tron Legacy and what is a passion project for John Krasinski and the rest of his crew, that like dude, that catapulted him into the limelight basically, right? So,
It did.
but again, this is just a rival day. Okay, so
Yeah, this is like
this is just a rival day.
this is like a warm up. Yeah, pretty much
Yeah, this
a
is
warm up.
just to get it, the muscles, relaxed and everything else. And what we're going into next is Watchmen,
Watchmen.
and we've talked about doing Watchmen for quite some time. He is a much bigger Zack Snyder fan than I am. I'm not saying I don't like Snyder. I really love his work, man. Starting with 300, I mean that is a masterpiece all in its own right, and there's more testosterone in that than everyone living in America right now, the way mainstream media would have you believe. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Don't
but
fall for it. Don't fall for it.
yeah, don't fall for it. But Watchmen, this man right here, Mr. Midnight, seems to believe is his absolute best work. Now, I'm going to make an argument, and that's what the whole Real Max thing is that Zack Snyder's Justice League is actually his best work next to Man of Steel, and this is also my own personal like sort of journey to figure out which one of those two movies for me was his best work.
It's going to be BVS, but we'll get that later.
Yeah, that's his opinion. you know,
Oh, dude,
I'll leave you guys to that. Uh,
man, the only problem with that movie was the audience. I said it.
See,
Nah,
no,
man, for real.
oh man, if
That's the only
yeah, if we
problem.
get some bullshit for that, that's your fault. But
Nah, man.
but look,
That movie's way ahead.
Watchmen is the second film on Arrival Day, and then we're gonna close it out with the man himself, Quentin Tarantino, and arguably his absolute best work, start to finish, Pulp Fiction.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean,
Just got released from 4K and looking forward to seeing this transfer for sure.
I mean, hopefully it does not disappoint, and I'm sure it will not. It's Quentin Tarantino. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I
um,
see no
yeah,
issues with that at all. It's going to deliver
absolutely not.
for sure,
I mean,
for sure.
it should be basically perfection. I mean, let's be honest, man.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
If it's
Again,
not perfection, and again, we're starting the day with these three films. Now, again, Watchmen is sort of experimental. Um, Experimental as far as like who we think is one of the ultimate directors of all time. Okay, in adapting material and a demonstration of what the room is truly capable of all at the same time because we know that man brings it with damn near every production, if not all productions, each
yes,
and every time.
yes.
It, that's
Engineering is quite the key here for sound. So
mm-hmm,
if it's going to be if there's flaws, we're going to know, and if it shines, it's going to be bright.
precisely.
So, but that's just
But
a warm up.
yeah,
I mean,
that's just a warm up. Day one is where everything really begins, and we're opening day one with Ford versus Ferrari. We're revisiting this one, but is really one of our best. Have the UHD of Pulp Fiction. It looks phenomenal. The sound is the same ported over from the Blu-ray, but Epic DTS Master 5.1
I'm a
is
DTS
what
fan all the
DJ
way, man.
says.
I'm a
DTS all
DTS
the way.
fan all the way,
Yeah,
all the way.
DJ, you're gonna like this guy. He also has
DT,
Reservoir Dogs, and they did a great job with that transfer as well.
yes,
Oh, this
that's on
man
the list
is
too.
dude. He's going to love you. He's going to love you. But
Reservoir Dogs, man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff for
uh,
sure.
but
You know,
Ford
I mean,
versus go ahead, go ahead.
you know, those are one of those discussions we'll have to have later. You know, what arguably is Quentin's best work, and
Oh yeah,
that's going to be a conversation
that
for
is a
sure.
conversation, and
You know, and he should partake if he can. He
oh,
should come into this.
absolutely. I would
So
love to have
the
DJ on
invitation's
the
there.
show. Yes. Um,
The the invitation's definitely there, for sure.
and we'll definitely talk about that at a later date. But we need to knock this out. Ford versus Ferrari. It's something that you and I both. I mean, it's my personal favorite movie of all time. Um, but there's something about that James Mangold um, knocks it out of the fucking park. Honestly, I think it's probably his best movie.
Well, I'll tell you what, no one's talking about, right? Everyone's talking about Avatar being this family movie about a father and son. Well, no, father and
Yeah,
son in Ford of a Ferrari. I'm telling you, that's a
sets
good
the
father
tone.
son movie.
Sets the tone.
Yes.
It's definitely the most recent great not only family film but the father son dynamic is just
Yeah,
out of the park, man. And
for sure.
it's really truly the most complete package as far as a movie goes. I mean,
I mean,
you go to the movies to see every single one of these elements, and it's presented so well. And opening with it is the perfect way to do it.
yes, agreed, agreed. Because it's not going to kill us. It's not. It's a great way to start because I mean, it's a we're going to open up with a bang.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I mean, dude, that day one, I'm sorry, Arrival Day already is action packed. Action packed as far as the real Max goes, right? But the true day one, having Ford versus Ferrari, and then hopefully what we hope, truly hope, being an indie film, um, in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
This man has not seen it.
Have not.
I
Been
have,
waiting. Been
and
waiting.
it's the main reason um, I'm bringing it. Look, indie film A24, like these guys knocked it out of the park. It's so bonkers that look. There's one particular scene and sequence that I cannot wait to see your reaction.
Dude, I'm stoked, man. I can't wait.
As long as the production value is there,
Yes. Yes.
this
Yes.
movie
Agreed.
stays on, and I'm praying
Agreed.
that is the case because, dude, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's the overall message of it and the stupid funniness of it. Like it's just chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss.
I'm looking
Magnifique.
forward to it, man. I
I
can't comment on it because I haven't seen it, so I can't say nothing.
I cannot
I
wait
can't
for you to
say
see this
nothing.
movie. I cannot wait for you to see this movie. Everything,
Yeah,
everywhere, all at once. I'm plugging that
I'm
movie
stoked.
because it's brilliant. It's brilliant. You guys are going to hopefully see it. You know, the live reaction or the post show reaction. We're going to try and do a lot more videos. After each and every movie, we'll do like a minute or so reaction, and I'll post it live here on the channel. Um,
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll do a banter like what we're doing now as well
well, we
because we'll
have,
have a lot to talk about.
um, like I said, check out the Bulb Life Entertainment channel. It's not very big. It's only got about 7 subs right to it, and that's probably why it doesn't show up. But there's a lot of good stuff in there that kind of gives you an idea, not only like from last year's iteration, right, and previous years before that as well, and our very first works into this environment. You kind of get an idea of, in a visual rather, of what we're aiming for with each and every production. And what's next on the list is something that you're bringing to the table in Hereditary.
Yeah, man. I know you're not a horror fan, and this is more of a terror movie than horror. There's a difference between the two, and
I suppose that makes sense.
I, I'm excited because this is arguably one of the best horror movies in at least 2 decades, at
I
least.
will do so, DJ. But
And I want you to experience it, and I want to experience it in the real Max, man. If it is again engineered correctly, man, it's going to be a ride.
I've not seen this movie. And again, it's not to say that I don't like horror. I do. It's just at this point, it feels dated. Like everyone's done everything and they're just really, really like look at the automotive industry right now. Everyone's got a sub, like a small SUV, and they all really have the same exact shape. That's what a horror movie is to me. There's no real difference. Now, The Conjuring a couple years ago brought that shit.
It did.
It
It did.
brought that shit, and
It did.
motherfucker, like shit, you know,
Yes.
scared the
Th-
fuck
th-
out of me. Um,
this
and it was
has.
meant to.
I mean, the reason this movie. Why? I mean, it it shines because of tension building, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Absolutely, and that's all you need to say because we're gonna discuss the next movie, and that's Spider-Man: No Way Home. You have it there, what 4K,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're finally gonna experience it. You have not watched this film since that bootleg attempt that we tried.
That's correct.
Um,
That's correct. I waited. I waited. Yes,
yeah,
that's
I'm
correct.
so very proud of you. Look, listen, what we did to get this man to watch the thing because he wouldn't go to the theater, um, is I got a bootleg. I'll fully admit it. But it was like him also being in the audience because the audience reacted.
Yeah.
And look,
It was cool. It
you
was cool.
you can go ahead and tell the people you enjoyed the movie.
that
You
was
know,
a movie watching experience. What that was,
yes,
man.
absolutely. It
That
was
was not
like
a real Max
it was
experience.
like being
A movie
there,
watching. Yeah,
active, enjoying it,
yeah.
just
That
with
was
the crowd.
that was unique. That was unique.
It
I mean,
that was actually fun. Maybe we
you know,
should do that
maybe
more often.
maybe the industry should start something like that. Maybe they should make live movies. You know,
Almost
they
like,
have
you know,
they have
stage
live
plays, but
concerts,
like,
right? Why can't you have live movies on Blu-ray? I'm just saying. No,
you
I don't
should
know
be
why
able to
this
slap
hasn't been
those
done.
tracks together, like the actual movie and then the audience recording, so to
Yeah,
speak. Like, yeah, yeah, they have director's commentary. Why not? We just
just saying.
gave them material, man. Not that they would listen to it because right now they're woke as fuck. But
No,
they
they're
can.
compromised. They're
Okay, same
compromised.
difference. Same difference. It's the factory term that I'm using. The
I hear
term
you.
that they
I
gave
hear you.
us to use is wokeism. And I know Hypercat, if you ever tune into this, he's mad as fuck that they use that term. But we'll get into that, another time. Because Spider Man No Way Home is arguably one of the best MCU movies in all four phases. Phase 4 is absolute
But
shit.
is it? But is it an MCU movie when Sony made it?
Yes, it is
Just
because
saying.
it uses
It's a
and
Sony movie.
it still uses MCU elements. Look, the first third of that movie is MCU straight up, and it's not the greatest, but it's absolutely not the worst.
Right. I
But
agree.
once it
Yeah.
kicks into high gear, bar none. Like it is so good that we're not even going to discuss it anymore. Because if you haven't watched it, you're wasting your time watching us. Go watch that movie. The next movie and what we close out day one with, though, is a follow up to not only what John Krasinski already did in the Arrival Day, but he's doing it again. Is making a sequel to an 80s movie that shouldn't have ever had a sequel, but here it is, and it's Top Gun Maverick. We're gonna
Yes.
see what this
Yes.
movie's biggest blockbuster budget, you know, income thing is just. This is
It.
the
It.
movie.
I mean, it's the movie. No, it's the presentation that brought people back to theater seats.
Yes, but butts back in seats, man. That's what it is. It put butts back in seats. People loved this movie. And it did it
Yeah.
all without China. Okay?
That's right.
No China. There was no China to sell this movie. No China. We did it all with our own economy. Um, but look, and it's just a damn good film. It's really just a damn good film. Uh,
I mean.
family
I mean,
film,
look.
like, I mean, you name it.
Do,
Like,
do you remember back in like the '90s,
DJ
man?
said
All
he saw it
movies.
in IMAX and it was phenomenal. And in matter of fact, it entered in, if I'm not mistaken, it entered into the top 10 IMAX box office productions with 100 million just in IMAX
Yeah,
sales.
I could see that.
I think it's
I mean,
number
do,
9
do you
right
remember
now. If
back?
I
Do you remember back in the '90s? Like everything was like made Americans like pro America and it was strong.
Oh yeah,
Now it's the exact opposite.
yeah,
'90s was a good time for for
globalism.
American movies. Oh
Top Gun Maverick brought it back though, or
man.
at
Yeah, I
least
think it
gave
did
you
too.
a glimpse of what the
I think
hell. Like, cause there's no real central villain, but it's like, dude, we'll analyze that movie on a very different level. It's either like today has set a bar that is so low. You know what I'm saying? That Top Gun Maverick is phenomenal, or it's really just that phenomenal and is equal to everything that we grew up with in the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, everything but before, you know, Convid.
it, it's Top Gun. I mean,
It is Top
that's
Gun.
it. It's
I mean,
Top Gun
and Tom Cruise. Tom
and
Cruise,
Tom Cruise.
Top Gun. Like, dude, they were advertising the movie 3 years in the running. 3 years in
Yeah,
the running. And you remember, I'll straight up tell you, I had no faith in that film. I had
Hmm.
no faith in that film. I thought it
Yeah, for sure.
predicted the story and just made $1 billion. Yes, over $1 billion. Over $1 billion without
Yeah,
China.
that is correct.
So, but that's the end of day one. Just and that's just a day and a half of ass kickery in the environment that you can just see the backstage of. Like, again, I'm telling you, here in a couple weeks, you guys are gonna see incredible production value in just the environment alone.
Yeah, lots of time. Lots of time.
Yes. Oh, he says, DJ says, I would put Top Gun up there with some of the best sequels of all time, including Terminator 2.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely.
100%.
I mean, dude,
100%.
it
Oh,
hands down,
100%.
hands
I
down.
mean,
And go
I mean
ahead.
that needs to be a conversation alone. What is the best sequel of all time? I don't know, man. There's so
Along with
many.
best trilogy,
You know.
for that matter, because essentially those are sequels, but contained in, like, dude, we're living in the age of the franchise, right? When we went through the 80s and the 90s, yeah, we got sequels, and some a lot of times those were direct to store, direct to DVD, whatever the hell you want to call it, um, sequels. But now we're living in the franchise age. Everything needs to be a franchise,
Yeah. Yeah.
into
It
which
does.
Day Two is
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
franchise that should have been and was. But a lot of times you had to wait till you got the Blu-ray to actually experience the proper version of these things. And one of these movies had to fucking deal with years of fighting just to see its final product. And that final product was 4 hours long and worth every damn penny. Day two is
And the
Zack
weight.
Snyder Day.
A-
And the
a-
wait. The
And the
wait,
weight.
the fight, everything was absolutely worth it. Mr. Midnight here was part of that fight,
Yeah.
hardcore,
Oh yeah.
all
Oh yeah.
day long. Like, and I'm sure you're gonna see him wear his apparel appropriately when it comes to day two.
Yeah. I
I'll
will.
have my hoodie.
I will.
I have my Superman hoodie. That's what I'm wearing day two, by the way. Uh, but day two is Zack Snyder's day.
Yes, it is.
This is also the day that we either prove that Zack Snyder's best work is not Watchmen, and it also proves whether this was the way they should have gone. Like, you and I both agree, this is the way they should have gone. But
It is. It is.
if
Yes.
if we are to revisit this in its chronological order, we're starting with Wonder Woman. Patty Jenkins, probably her only movie that she's ever truly going to be recognized for, because of everything else that I'm hearing right now, uh,
Right.
is horrible. It's horrible. Like, she's terrible to work with. Um, she's crap. I'll just say it. She's crap.
Well, we really don't know. We're not there.
We don't
You
know.
know.
You're right.
That,
Um,
that's the thing about it.
Zack Snyder was
Oh,
there to hold her hand through Wonder Woman. So
oh, absolutely. And that's why it's a part of this. That's why it's the opener for sure
it
because
is
his
the
hands are
opener.
all over it.
And again, chronologically, we have to start with Wonder Woman.
We do 100%. 100%.
But then,
And the thing about what happened in DC is they let Jeff Johns write a lot of the scripts. Like I mean, he's the one who wrote Wonder Woman 84, and that was one of why it failed. And a lot of people believe in Jeff Johns because he's a pretty renowned DC comic writer, and he just couldn't cut it for movies.
yeah, awful.
Yeah,
God,
no,
80.
yeah, no good at screenplay for sure.
But Man of Steel, though, I mean, you've heard multiple arguments. You listened to the guys that I recommended and you took a certain opinion that you didn't like from them and turned it into something. They don't like Zack Snyder's work, but we're going to talk about Man of Steel because it is a Superman film, albeit a darker toned Superman film. And it's also the first time that we got to see his home planet of Krypton. And what a sequence it is. We've tried this movie a few times here in the past of the Real Max, and this right here, what I'm doing now is trying to recover the energy that we lost in the Krypton scene so many years ago. When we try to do it at reference levels and all that other shit, it was an ass whooping and a half.
We have for the listener, they have to understand what reference is. Also, reference is a standard of audio playback in the industry, and very few sound systems can do it without distortion. It is just excessively loud sometimes because you can tell which engineer makes things hotter than normal.
Mm-hmm.
They have to know where this baseline is, and they exceed it sometimes, and you can tell. You surely can tell these artifacts.
Not just tell, but feel. Feel, son. Feel. Like, it's. Dude, it felt like a workout just sitting there every time we've tried Man of Steel. So I don't think Zack Snyder's Day is going to be referenced at all.
Oh no! It can't be.
We want to survive.
I
Like
mean, look.
that's really what it is. But
Again, he bring. I mean, it is
he brought
truly.
it.
I,
Like,
I
just
don't
say
even
it.
know
He
what to
brought it.
say.
Like he brought. Like, dude, when Superman punches somebody, you feel like Superman just punched the shit out of you. I mean, be honest, man. Like that's
It
what it feels like, and it's brilliant, and
it
yet it's
hurts.
such an ass kicking.
It
And
hurts.
it hurts. Yes,
I mean, it
we needed
hurts.
to take a nap
I
after that
mean,
movie. Is what it felt like.
this system runs on 920 amp circuits, man. I mean, the amount of power when it's there. I mean, it just it's
Does
enduring.
your electric bill spike whenever
Oh
we do
yeah.
this?
Oh
Oh, I
yeah.
would love to.
Oh
I
yeah.
I would love to see a comparison one day, just like the dollar amount from when we do just 3 days of Real Max versus
Well,
what
now
that'll be revealed
now
one
I have
day,
Thor to help.
off air. But I
Well,
would
now
just
I
love
have
to see
Thor
it.
to help, so it helps a
Yeah.
lot.
So we're gonna talk about that on a totally different channel, totally different day. Um,
But yeah,
yeah. Next up though is what he considers to be
the goat,
the goat.
BVS, IMAX
He
edition.
said you thought Superman hurt you. Wait till you hear Top Gun Maverick.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. That's
We're gonna
exactly
find
what we're
out.
gonna find out.
I
Like,
mean, we're gonna find out.
dude, I hope that it's like fucking
I
full
hope
speed
so.
ahead, dude. Like when he hits thruster, I better fucking feel it. It better feel
I
like
hope so.
Superman just smacked the shit out of Zod through buildings. Like, I mean,
with the
it's that kind
fans
of
on and everything,
yeah,
man.
exactly. Like,
With those fans on, put you
oh,
back.
dude,
Yeah.
damn near.
Oh yeah.
Look,
For sure.
it better knock my headset off like I just did. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
but we're moving on to I'm sorry, BVS and the Ultimate Edition because that theatrical bullshit
Yeah,
that
that was
Hamada and them ruined,
yeah
and I really feel like this is
sabotaged.
where that's it, right there, sabotaged. That
Yes.
movie is what was
Yes.
the downswing of what could have been.
Yes. I mean, because like I said, because look,
The
Warner
sub
Brothers
shook the
wanted,
house. Oh, I can't
you
wait.
know, Warner Brothers wanted Zach to make the MCU, and Zach again just wanted to make a 5-part story saga. That's it, and that's where all this confusion and derail happened. Man, it was his own little story arc. Different conversation for later, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. We will go into the Zack Snyder saga. There's going to be many other Brewhouse banters. Excuse me, to where we banter about this demolition of
This is
what should have been.
look, look. BVS is Zach's Empire Strikes Back.
That's the first time I've ever heard you word it that way. And when I look at it that way, it feels like Empire Strikes Back .5.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
the other half of that .5 is what we're going into next, in what essentially takes over the majority of the day. And I am so looking forward to this. It's not even funny. And that's Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh man, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Just 4 hours of
Yes.
motion paint.
Yes.
That's it,
Comic book
man.
frames in action.
Yes,
But not just that, but an ass whooping and a half.
yes, and a good one, like one we're asking for.
Yes, yes, exactly. What we want, like, I want to feel and be there on set, if you will. I want to be there when all this shit happens. Like when they revive Superman and like go toe to toe with him, like all that shit. And then whenever he shows up, not impressed. Like that,
And also,
dude.
and those flash scenes, man. Good
Oh,
God.
dude.
I'm just
The
saying.
fact that that didn't make it into what that abomination that they released in 2017 that we will not name.
No, don't feed it.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no. Well, I really enjoyed it. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
not one bit. Man.
those are the
No.
people that scare me.
And I'll tell you what, I'm looking at, another thing while I'm looking at these, a lot of Zach is because of really a lot of his music choices. A lot of people praise Gunn for his music choices, but I think Zach does just as good of a job as Gunn does. And I really want to
I'd say he's
put a little
close.
more,
I
I
would
want, I
say
want
he's
to put a little
close.
more into that. So we're going, it's something else I really want to pay attention to.
Well, it's definitely something we will discuss in the
A future banter for sure.
yes, absolutely. And a small video during the actual Real Max adventure when I'm down there in that environment that you guys see. And again, that's just backstage.
Yeah, just backstage.
Um, but that's the end of day 2 is Zack Snyder Day. And again, look, bear in mind, like day 1 is 11 hours and 36 minutes of cinema. That doesn't include the breaks. That doesn't include all this shit that you guys don't see in the background. Like, dude, we have to eat. We have to, we have to maintain this certain energy because, guys, it's really that much of an exhausting factor that goes into this stuff, man. This is not like your typical AMC or anything like that. You can go to those and enjoy that experience and walk away from it and go have dinner and be perfectly fine. This is why we can't go past 7 p.m. Right?
Look,
We need
all I'm
like
saying,
8 to 10 hours of sleep after each day.
right? Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it's a presence, man. It's a del- I can't-
It's a delightful experience that
It's
you
just
only get once a year. And it's really the reason we only do it once a year. Like we talked about doing a mini max adventure, right? To where it'd just be like a day or two of some of these productions, right? But I feel like that would sour the entire experience of what this once a year Super Bowl of craziness that we put ourselves through, man. And look, legitimately, we during the movie we pop some popcorn and we munch on popcorn and everything else. Like we do it as real cinema fans, like we're going to the movies. No doubt. I don't want to have people think that we're just, you know, all fucking, super critical and no, we're there to enjoy each and every production, man.
well,
Each and
the goal
yeah,
the goal is to remove the room and be part of that moment
exactly.
of station,
I want to
and
feel
that's what happens.
yes.
The
I
room
want to
disappears.
yes. You want to feel like you're getting in that race car. You want to feel like you're wearing that Superman suit. You want to feel like you're being terrified by like a chainsaw wielding, fucking whatever the hell it is, right? You want to be a part of that moment. And look, brief description before we go into day 3 is to understand this entire environment is there's a certain scene in a movie called Arrival that we've done in the past, right? And is the most like groundbreaking and basic way to describe what the fuck we're doing here with the Real Max adventure, right? And the main lead is standing in her house. She's in the kitchen. You see some windows, and a helicopter lands in the front yard, right? And you hear the helicopter land. You feel the helicopter, as if you're in the house. It's like, oh shit, okay, we know that. The moment she opens the fucking door, though, like, dude,
The-
use your imagination to understand what I'm trying to describe to you. Is like you see a helicopter. Like,
I mean,
there's
just
no other way to describe this. Yes, yes, exactly. And when the fans activate, it's like, fuck, dude. I went to somebody at work the other day because they had a blender on. I say that it sounds like a helicopter, and I was like, ma'am, ma'am, can you like, hello? You need to keep your head down. Shit like that. That's what it felt like watching that fucking scene. It was retarded. It's almost like we're chasing that one little scene too with each and every movie, but that's besides the point.
we are.
Um,
It's always
yeah,
that's
it's
the scene to
always
beat.
it's Chaser. That is the one scene to beat. And we will definitely talk about that um, in the on set videos. That's what I'm gonna call them. On
I'll
set
tell you
videos.
what. I'll tell you what. If there's enough time, man, we should probably revisit it. Just that one scene, just to see how my changes and adjustments have made it, because it was crazy last time.
I think we could throw that on Arrival Day, but that's neither here nor there right now. Like, bro, it's so
It's
good.
insane, insane.
It's so good. Like
You know,
Dune as a movie was that good, but I would love to visit that. I would love to revisit that whole movie again. But here in day 3, now this is kind of our chill out, cool down, but still have these adventures kind of day.
hmm
And as it stands right now, there's a lot going into this day because the
a lot
first
of
2 days are
contingencies.
fully decided. Like we're not taking anything out, we're not unplugging anything. It's those days are decided. But it's day 3 that we keep fucking with. It's just
Yeah,
look,
it's still
we
undecided.
are opening with Star Trek: The Original Motion Picture. Original
Director,
motion picture. The directors
director's cut 4K.
what that man said.
30 plus years in the making. Yes,
He
30
has
plus
been
years in the
waiting
making.
for this for so
Forever,
long. It's not even funny.
forever, forever.
Um,
Yes, cannot wait. Cannot wait. Arguably the best Star Trek movie ever made. I'm on that side.
I mean, that's
We'll
good.
see.
You
We'll
know,
see. We'll
I,
see, man.
I,
I can't wait. Do,
I mean, J.J. Abrams did a
no,
number.
no, it's not what we're talking about, dude. Not even what we're talking about. I'm trying to
I
erase
just
that.
I just wanted to see your reaction. Look,
I'm trying.
his first attempt wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. It just
Look, the casting
you
was good, but
no
that's it.
it. We'll talk about it in another brew house. Um, yeah, we'll definitely talk about it in another brew house. Look again. It's I'm only talking about his first attempt because the rest of it is all shit. And it's the same thing that he ever does with everything. Every first attempt that man has for like restoring a franchise is always, oh, it was great. I mean, but was it? But at the same time, and then he makes a sequel, and it's like,
How do you destroy the two greatest science fiction franchises of all time?
no shit. Actually, yeah, no shit, no fucking shit. The man
you know,
gets attached to not only Star Trek but Star Wars as well. And again, his first movie's actually okay. We accept this. This isn't too bad. It's the goddamn sequels that fucking ruined it all.
how did Ryan Johnson get the second one? When he only had two
Rianne,
movies. I
Rianne,
mean, just saying.
fuck that man.
Different
Fuck the
conversation
Last
later.
Jedi. Jesus, dude, it might have 5 moments that feel like Star Wars, and the rest of the movie is shit. Like beyond shit. I remember walking out of that fuck. I can't believe we.
Let's not. Let's not. Onward, James.
It's so hard to discuss that because the next movie on the list is Wrath of Khan, which is arguably one of the best sequels not to any fucking movie, let alone a Star Trek movie. And we're talking about
JJ.
a sequel of fucking Jar Jar Abrams of fucking like like
What a disgrace.
like
What a disgrace.
fuck man, dude. No, okay. Look, hear me out real quick, okay. The man left, and then they hired Rianne Johnson. And then, in desperation, brought that man back, and still got a totally shit.
Dude, just bad.
It's
Bad.
so
Bad.
awful. It's so fucking awful, bro.
Bad.
I have tried. Look, credit
In
where
DC,
credit's due. Look, real quick, credit where credit's due. At least The Last Jedi, I can watch. But Rise of Skywalker is
and DC got a bad rep. I don't get
no
it.
shit. No shit. People want to give fucking Zack Snyder shit for making, like Batman using guns and killing people. Like, look, I get it. I understand that argument, all day long. Dude, Disney murdered their franchise. Batman hurt a few thugs. I'm fucking sorry, but that's what's happening right now. He
Right,
says,
meow.
going back to Tarantino for a second, what about his screenplays? The remastered True Romance Ultra HD disc was absolutely incredible.
True romance, man, for sure. I don't know. Look, man. I know. I know. I don't
He
know if
is
you
the
know.
biggest. He's a much larger Tarantino fan.
Look, well,
Go ahead.
don't forget
Give him his due.
Tarantino.
Give him his due.
Tarantino has an 8-part uh, TV show coming out next year. 8 parts. He wrote and directed it. Come out next year, and that is not going to be his 10th movie. That is he's dabbling with TV.
Dude, the
So
man's
yes,
gonna be.
I can't wait.
Anyway,
I can't wait. We'll get we could do a week on Tarantino, man, but we'll have to come back to that.
dude, we could do a whole cinematic adventure on Tarantino.
I'd tell you it would be cool though. It'd be like a Tarantino versus like Scorsese That would be a very good, very good.
I could make the argument to do Tarantino, Scorsese, Spielberg, and Cameron.
I don't think Cameron's near them.
I
I
don't
don't. I,
think he
I
is
don't think.
either. However,
I don't think you put him in the same category.
no, I will make that argument in a future banter. I'm gonna make that argument in a future banter.
Okay, you can make it. All right.
Because originally I would have said like Ridley Scott, right? Because of the
What
first
happened to him?
Aliens. How
What happened to him?
he
Their
recycles
conversation.
the fuck out of his own shit. He recycles the fuck out of his own shit.
Yes.
Like, dude, I love Ridley, but then look, Alien Covenant. I rest my case. Like, I could get out of my studio right now because of just saying that.
And you should. Prometheus, though, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Again, yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand how it got that fucked up.
Dude, Prometheus
Ridley
was great.
Scott, look, dude, if you're watching this, leave it the fuck alone. Leave it the fuck alone.
No, look,
No,
just
no, don't, no. Why the fuck is Michael Fassbender playing a fucking flute? Just to get his fucking clone.
Just care about your product. Oh, I'm with you, man. That was a waste of Fassbender as well. I hear you, bro. But I tell you what, Fassbender was great in Inglourious Bastard, but Tarantino is the man.
Holy shit, yeah. Look, no joke. Oh, he put Tony Scott before James Cameron. Ouch. However, I can actually.
Yeah.
I actually can argue
I guess,
with
like,
that.
Cameron's
I really
not in that
can
league,
argue
man.
with that. Like,
Cameron's not in that league.
oh god.
But speaking of Spielberg, I'm saying it right now. Nope is like a Spielberg tribute.
Bullshit.
I'm telling you, man.
Tribute. Ridley Scott is 85? Oh my god. No shit. Well, that makes sense now. The man was suffering from Alzheimer's when he made Alien Covenant. Jesus Christ. Like, dude, Prometheus was his last best days, and just...
Oh, man. And it was good. I love it.
And it was good. It was, I mean, dude, I don't like Charlize Theron, but...
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, it is what it is. Look, okay, look. We gotta... Let's finish this thing out.
Stay on target.
Stay
on target.
Boop, 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 boop. We got Sicario. Now, we got a lot of discussion about this particular movie, man. We have had it on the list for at least 3 years. Maybe 4. Maybe 4.
At
and
least.
we always talk about it, like, and it's never actually, made the fucking list.
I know.
And we can't exactly explain why. We can't. Like, can you tell me why? What? Yeah, but why?
No,
that's the thing. I don't know.
Watch it kick ass. Watch it.
Oh my god.
Watch it the whole
Didn't
time.
like Sicario. DJ, you're gonna have to elaborate on exactly why you didn't like that movie. Because maybe when we go to visit it, finally, after, again, 3, maybe 4 years of, like, it's always been on our list, and I know I have fond memories of that movie. But is it really? That's Denis Villeneuve, right? It's Denis Villeneuve,
man. That's why. Like, Villeneuve. That's why we're watching it. Villeneuve. He has never, ever let us down.
He's never let us down. And we've watched Arrival. We've watched Dune. We've watched Blade Runner. Oh, God. Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Fuck. Man, I'd be half tempted to turn day 3 into fucking Dune, you know, Denny Villeneuve day. Like I personally, I could take all the movies out and plug in Denny Villeneuve and
I
just.
can't take I
I
can't take
mean, I
motion
get it.
picture out
I
of it.
get it. I get it. I get it.
I can't.
Dude, the fact that we're having a conversation about taking Wrath of Khan out
I know, right?
is even like because look, we're closing out day 3 with Life of Pi,
Yes,
and
Life of
it is
Pi.
the not only the most chill, but it is one of the best productions that.
There was a lot of love in that movie,
Yes.
hands down, hands down.
Top,
I can't wait.
bottom, left, right. I mean,
Yes,
you fucking name it.
yes.
Life of
It's got
Pi
layers, man. It's got so
is
many layers to it.
just
Every
so
scene
good.
has a meaning.
Yes. 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 Like I started trying to watch. I say trying because I told myself I'm like, dude, we're redoing this. This is one of the only movies on this list that I've actually tried to watch again, recently because I wanted to. Like I'm itching to watch all of these films. I'm fucking dying to watch every single one of these films on this list that I have like brought it up on my like Fire Stick or whatever the hell it is, and I just want to watch it. And yet, I I think I got to a certain point where both of them sit at the table, to describe basically the journey that you're about to go on with the rest of the movie. And I'm like, fuck. I hit stop and I said, no, no, don't you dare ruin this experience with subpar, TV speakers, like that kind of thing. Like, it just. Oh, he said, I watched it maybe 2 to 3 times because people kept telling me how good it was. I just felt it dragged along and didn't like Benicio del Toro. Oh, now that's very interesting. That's very interesting because he also has a part in Dune. DJ, if you can go ahead and chime in, have you seen Dune and what did you think of Dune? Because Benicio del Toro is, for me, one of my favorite guys. I'm not gonna put him in like my top 10. At least I don't think off the top of my head, but
Hmm.
that is quite interesting.
Well,
That is quite interesting, though. The way I mean, you can't tell.
well, like I said, with
Elaborate.
the Max, with the real Max, just the video perspective of it. I mean, there's nothing in your peripheral.
No,
your whole
not the
scope of
original
view
Dune.
is consumed
Sorry.
by the screen. So I'm curious how that would play out with that kind of movie. Just we're always seeing what the director wants us to see.
Agreed. He has
So I'm
not
curious.
seen the new Denis Villeneuve version of Dune.
He has not.
No,
Oh,
he said he liked the original. If you like the
so did I.
original,
No, no, no.
I've never.
Lynch. Look,
Personally, I've never seen the original.
look. David Lynch. There's no gray area for David Lynch. Either you like him or you don't.
Agreed.
I mean,
Yes.
no. That first Doom movie. I like a lot of Lynch's work, um, but this Dune movie for sure is leagues better.
Mm,
It is
so
phenomenal,
fucking
phenomenal.
good, man.
It
You know
it
what,
truly
John?
truly is.
You know what, man?
It's what Star Wars it clearly shows what Star Wars should have been.
Would no.
Clearly,
Okay, hang on.
and the
Let
way
me
it's
rephrase this. He said he
beautiful, man,
likes David Lynch,
beautiful.
but let me say this. This is what people want modern George Lucas to be. Not not what he did in the 70s and 80s. Not what he did in the early 2000s. This is what they want modern Star Wars to be. Does that make
It, it,
sense?
it man, I'm telling you, yeah,
It's mature. Like, dude, again, like I'm gonna reference,
it's
and
spectacle.
one actual Disney product brought to you by Tony Gilroy, and it's he said Lost Highway is one of my favorite David Lynch movies. I've never seen it. I will definitely check that out. Um, but if you have not watched Andor, look, Disney
Lost
Star
Highway.
Wars has only truly produced three great products. And like I use great, Andor is genuinely their best product. Period. Hands down. Like I will slap somebody, whoever the fuck tries to say that Andor is garbage. They won't even be able to finish sentence. Seriously, it is that damn good. It's slow. It's a slow burn, and I understand people are not into that sometimes, but God, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
So,
with you.
like, you enjoyed the hell out of Rogue One, so did I. This is the prequel to that, and it's infinitely better than that, is
Cool.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay?
I gotta finish it.
Look,
I gotta finish it.
but the only reason we're talking about this is because, again, Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And John, I'm really thinking about making a fight to revisit that because the fifth edition of the Real Max adventure kicked our ass.
And you don't think this time's not?
I think it's going to be more fine tuned to where
Oh,
it
it
won't
is,
kick our
100%,
ass.
100%. But dude,
Can you
we
make an
we
argument otherwise? Like,
we
is
we,
Sicario
we,
going to make it
we,
on this list like we intend it to be each and every
we're,
fucking time?
we're gonna have to discuss that later. Okay, we're gonna, you know what? That's an after. You know what?
You know
That's an
what?
after
That's
hours
that's
discussion.
an after hours discussion.
Yes,
So,
which, yes,
because right now, thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Um, we've reached the end of day 3, and basically, what happens, at the end of day 3, is we do our chicken wing um, closing ceremony. This is where we finally discuss everything we just watched.
well, we also take notes of every movie
Oh,
also
of
and
course.
exchange them. You know, we figure out it's really not about what the I mean, I guess the best movie, but it's really about almost the best director.
It's the best everything. Like, who
It is. It's
really
yes, yes, the
brought
best package.
their production
Yeah,
in the best pocket? Yeah,
yeah, it's the best
exactly as
package.
you just said. Best package. Um,
Yeah.
and that's what we discuss over munching the fuck out of chicken wings. DJ, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it.
Yes,
Um,
thank you, thank you.
he says, good evening to you both. And basically, I think it just deleted that comment. That was a bit weird. But look, basically, at the end of day 2, or I'm sorry, day 3, um, we discuss this stuff, and you will see these mini videos pop up here, not only on the Draft House Racing channel, but the Bulb Life Entertainment channel. And if you haven't subscribed to it, go ahead and subscribe to that now, just so you have a database on all things Brewhouse Banter. Same thing here on Draft House Racing. Now, if you want to know more and want to see more, we are going to have a post stream chat, the after show, if you will, about a few things. And then basically, I'm going to go to bed. He's going to go to bed. Um, that's about it. You have anything else you want to add here?
No, man, we're
Oh,
just
we're about to say goodbye. We are saying our goodbyes right meow. After we
Right
get some
meow.
final
Right
thoughts.
meow.
Right meow. Right meow.
Right meow.
Meow.
I mean, okay. I mean, okay. Just what do you think the overall best package is going to be? No, no, what? You know what? No, no, no. Hold on. I know what you're going to say. What do you think the biggest surprise is going to be? Because the room is ready. It's ready this
Mm.
time.
The biggest surprise.
Yeah.
I have it between three movies. I have it's between three. Spider-Man
Okay.
No Way Home, I actually think might deliver
Agreed.
um,
Agreed.
in all the ways we hope.
Yes. Yes.
Mm, but I expect a certain level. And dude, we've tried these. We've tried a bunch of MCU movies, and
Mm-mm.
when they were with Paramount, they deliver.
Mm, they do. 100%. You can tell. You can
Um,
tell night and day. Night and day.
and you can also see like the
Yeah.
degression, not progression,
Yep. Yep. For sure.
as far as quality goes. The other one is on day point five is Pulp Fiction. I am incredibly curious on how that plays out, and then I think it's day three. I am incredibly curious about Star Trek. I
Mm-hmm.
really, really am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if that bombs, you know Wrath of Khan is immediately eliminated.
Look, if it bombs, dude, I'm gonna cry. I mean, for real, it's over. I'm gonna leak. I don't want to leak. It
But
can't,
the,
dude. It
but
can't.
the, but
This would be
but
like catastrophic, like Matrix 4 catastrophic. This
oh
would
no,
be like
no, 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 no,
Rings of
no,
Fire,
no, 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 no,
Rings of
no, no,
Fire
no, no,
catastrophic.
no. That's not even fair. That is not even fair. That is not.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, but that's not even fair. That you can't even do that. Like no, dude,
Catastrophic.
that he
This is like Rings
thinks
of Fire
Maverick
catastrophic.
is gonna be the end all be all.
I
Look,
hope so, man.
look,
Gosh.
Mr. Midnight and I are we're optimistic, but it's a nervous optimistic.
This is a pedestal.
Yes,
You
we
know,
put Top Gear, or I'm sorry, not Top Gear, Top Gun on this pedestal just because they just gave us a proper movie, right?
yes. Yes.
But the 4K
Yes.
transfer is so good. God, I hope so, DJ.
Telling you, man. I
I
mean,
hope
it's
so.
I got
I
it
hope so.
like 3 feet from me.
He's looking at it right meow.
Right now.
Um,
And again, this setup, with this room, I mean, I'm able to do DTSX, Dolby Atmos, all that stuff. So it's going to be the way the director intended it to be, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
with each and every production, each
That
and
is
every
correct.
production. But all right, so we're finally gonna say our goodbyes now. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. This is Brewhouse Banter. That's Mr. Midnight. Go ahead and say goodnight, Mr. Midnight.
Good night. Good night.
I'm your boy Mo Parsity, and once again, thank you for tuning in. Check us out. Blah blah blah. Check us out next week at Jeez, I can't even talk right now. All right, check us out next week, Monday nights, 9 p.m. We are going to start on time. We're gonna have everything together now that we've worked out all the kinks, the bugs, and all that, and then some. Join us on the after show chat, if you want to, on the Discord, and that's about it. Once again, your boy Mo T. He's Mr. Midnight. Thank you
Good
for
night.
tuning in. DJ, thank you for checking us out, and peace.